Hello guys, today we're going to be working on this Whirlpool tableau washer. The model number is on the display. Welcome to DIY Repair Now. Read all the warnings, and during this video you will see one or more of these icons to help you do this repair safe. The complaint is that the washer is off balance, is banging on the sides, and sometimes it even move out of the place. This is the model number again, in case you didn't catch it at the beginning of the video. And this is how you do the test. If you push the drum down and it bounces more than once, that means you need new shocks. As you can see, I'm pushing it down, and it's not supposed to bounce like that. It's only supposed to bounce once and then nothing else. So we're gonna go ahead and unplug the washer to avoid electric shock, and we're gonna go ahead and disconnect the water hoses. One, it was already disconnected. The hot side was disconnected. We're gonna go ahead and disconnect the drain line, as you can see in this footage. We're gonna close the water valve. This is the cold side, and we're gonna go ahead and proceed to disconnect it from the washer. Apparently they only did like hand tie, but I recommend to use sort of a channel locks or any pliers to tighten up. Try not to over tight it either, because it can damage the gasket in the water hose, but you get what I'm saying. Now we're gonna go ahead and try to get it in place to be able to work on the washer. This is what I do with the water hose, because with the drain hose, because sometimes when you lay it on the floor, it starts leaking water, then it's going to be water all over the place. So just follow the video and that will make your life easier. Now we're going to go ahead and grab a 1/4 screwdriver. This is a 4-in-1, I believe, or 6-in-1 screwdriver, which brings 1/4 size fillet and flathead. As you can see, I'm removing 3 1/4 screws, one for the cover and the other 2 for the top panel. This is the last screw. They are a total of 3, like I said before. Let's put them on the side, and now we're going to go ahead and remove the cover. This covers protects the pressure tubing and the wiring. So let's just go ahead and put the screws on the side. Now we're going to go ahead and put tape like so, except on this footage I put a little too much tape, but you will see how I can readjust it later on this video. Okay, now let's put this extra tape on the side, and now we're gonna go ahead and move to the front of the washer. Once we get in the front of the washer, you have to pay attention on this footage. This is where my tape got all the way to the bottom, and it was not supposed to do that. So we're gonna go ahead and peel it until we get the lid up, and then you will see what I would do with the tape. As you see, I'm putting it towards me, boom, to the front, and then as you see, just tape it only on the top, not all the way to the bottom. You move it towards you, and then you're gonna lift up a little. Let's do it again. Move it towards you. You will hear a bang, and then lift up. Now there's a hook right there that goes to a male hole, and this is the other slack right there where it traps. So just follow the video. Look how I do it. I put it back, and then I'm gonna go ahead and redo it. I'm gonna use my other GoPro to have a better view of what I'm doing here. As you can see it on the top, on the bottom left. And as you see, I move up and then push it back to release it from the top. This is the hook that I was telling you about, that you have to release it, and then the other 2 in the front. So basically, let's do it again, because this is one of the most complicated things. A lot of people tell me that they don't know how to release it. Move it forward, lift up a little, and then push back, and then it will release from the hooks, and then you'll be able to open this top cover. Now you see what I did with the tape. That was just to secure very good the door, and this is how this works. Now in this footage, what you see is that where the red arrow is goes in the slack where the yellow arrow is. So you will see eventually how when I open it, that piece goes inside the hole. So watch when I open the door, and this is very important, because otherwise this door is gonna keep sliding back or forward. See, that's how it's supposed to look. Let's see the other side. You can see right there. That way it doesn't move anywhere, and then you can just lean your cover in any place or have somebody to hold this top cover for you while you do the work on the washer. Most of the time you will have a wall or anything that will hold the washer. Now we're gonna go ahead and start by removing this one right here. We're gonna do it by hand, and I'm gonna go ahead and link a whole bunch of other videos because there's a whole different ways to do this repair. So go ahead and check the links that I'm gonna put in this video. That way you can see different options and how to do it. Now, as you can see, it was getting hard for me to remove the other one, so I'm gonna go ahead and put something in the middle of the washer inside the drum. That way the drum lift up. As you can see, the drum now is raised up, and then I don't have too much weight on the drum to remove all shocks. So this is the most safe trick that I found, because in the other videos I use some pliers, but it all is all gonna depend on the space that you're working on. As you see, once one of my hands got slippery, because sometimes you will find grease on these shocks, just use the other one and just remove this piece that holds the shocks in place. Once you release all four, this is the third one, just go ahead and lift up, twist it, and then get it to the slack and remove it. This is very important. Look how this is positioned, because the same way you're gonna put it on. So just follow the video. If you have to wash it more than one time, go ahead and do it, because it has a trick. This is a little slow motion that I put here for you. You can see right there, get it to the slack. But then there's a little tip that does the trick right there, where you're gonna put it back on, and it has to be in certain slack. Later on in the video, when I'm installing the new ones, I'm gonna show you again how this goes position, really close to the end of this video. Now this is the fourth one. This is the last one I do all the time, because this is the most complicated one, since we have the dispenser part right there. As you can see, I have limited space here, and you can see my hand is kind of tight there. Always wearing long sleeve, because this piece right here is sharp. You can see right there, it was almost cutting my hand, my arm. And then use a flathead screwdriver to remove these plastic pieces, because this is another thing that one time I got cut. When I put my finger here to push it out, I cut my finger really bad. So always use gloves, long sleeves, and or use like a piece of rag like I did it right there to push it out. Never put just your finger, because you're gonna cut yourself, because it's very sharp. So just keep that in mind. This is are very important tips, guys, because a lot of people, they don't follow the instructions, end up hurting themselves when I put all the warnings on these videos. Now remove the last one. Sometimes they come off easy, and as you can see in the two on the front, I didn't have any of those plastics. That means somebody already have done a repair on this washer, didn't do it correctly, and I already got all of them loose. Now what we're gonna do is go ahead and hit the back to be able to remove it. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain to you, because I'm recording all four. That way you have more than one example in how to remove these shocks. And I'm gonna tell you how they are connected on the bottom too. As you can see right there, they are connected. In this model, I can do it all of them from the top, but there's a whole different models that you cannot do them from the top. You have to lean the washer in the floor and remove them from the bottom of the washer. You can lean it to the side or lean the whole washer on the floor. Now, because I put something on the bottom of the drum, I'm doing all four at the same time, and this is how it's connected on the bottom. The black piece is go ahead and trap in this hook right there where you see the yellow arrow, and that's how it holds the shock in place. So basically this mechanism goes there, and that's how I remove it. With that little plastic piece, I push it down and just, hit it down, and it will come right off. As you see, I'm just, pushing it up and down until it releases the black piece. That's what I do. I'm just giving you a simulation of what I'm doing outside when I already got it out. Same thing on the last one. comes right off because it has a slack. But like I said, the ones doesn't have a slack, to remove the whole shock, you will have to go underneath, tilt the washer like this, and then remove it from the bottom. You can tilt it to the sides, to the front, to the back, until you find a way to remove all of them. Again, I have a whole bunch of videos in the description of this one. This is the part number of this model. Always check the model number, and you will find this part link in the description of this video as well. Keep that in mind, and like I said, go ahead and check your model number and make sure you have the right part for your model number. Now this is the new shocks. A lot of people say, well, they look the same. They are the same, but one of them already lose tension on it. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you right quick what is going on, and what's the part that goes bad. This is the bad shock, and it's really not the spring. Most of the time the spring is fine, but it's like a little piece. It's like a harsh punch in there. That white ring that you see right there where I'm hitting with the screwdriver, that piece loses tension, and that's the reason why it doesn't do the job correctly. Now look at this. This one does have tension. This is the brand new one, and I'll just give you an example what is going on, because a lot of people say, well, they look the same, they look very good, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But trust me, that's the problem. This washer was a success repair, and it's working beautiful. Now we're replacing all 4 white pieces that goes in the holes, and these are in aftermarket parts. However, I'm gonna go ahead and link the OEM parts, the original ones from Whirlpool, and I'm gonna go ahead and link the aftermarkets. The aftermarkets, of course, they are gonna be more affordable, but you know, it's your choice. I haven't had any difference in comparing them one to the other one, and when we talk about durability, because basically it's the same. They always last between 2 to 4 years, depends on the uses of the washer or how many people lives in the house. So now that we have all those 4 pieces in the holes in place, we're gonna go ahead and install the new shocks. We're gonna go ahead and start with the one we installed last, which is the one where the dispenser area is, which is the one is more complicated because it is a limited space. Now over here, I'm having a little time. That little white piece have to be up. That way you give some space to be able to go in the slide where you see the yellow arrow right there. So go ahead and put the piece white ring up a little, not all the way up, just about 2 inches, just enough for you to put it on the slide and make it to go in place. Watch how I do all 4, that way you have different ideas. As you can see right there, I went to the slack on the side, and now the black piece is already secure on the hole. Now go ahead and grab one of the old shocks and then go ahead and pull it up. And this is the best way to do this repair to avoid hurting yourself with pliers or channel locks or vice grips. Now look the position of this piece that I'm putting. These are the aftermarket, so they are a little clear. They're a little different than the original ones, but you get the idea. Look how I look for the right position, and I always like to point it like that, all the way to the side, basically to the corners of the washer. That's how I like them positioned. After you install them, I'm gonna give you the same advice at all 4. And I'm sorry I repeat myself, but I just want to make sure you guys do it the right way. Now we're gonna go ahead and install the second one in the front, and we're gonna go ahead and leave the back ones for last. Look how it goes on the slack, and then you raise it up, and the black ring will secure itself in the hole. Look how it's doing it. You see how I push it up and make the black piece goes in place on the slack. Now grab the old shock to be able to pull the other one out. And the same thing, look the position, how I do it, and just follow the video and have the way, if it has its own way to be able to sit in place. And you're gonna do the same thing. If the shocks goes in the wrong position, look how it is, make sure it goes to that one, because sometimes it will go in a different place, and that's when you're gonna go ahead and start having problems after you install the shocks. Now this is the back ones. Now I'm gonna just have somebody to hold the front, just because my son was able to help me on this repair. But if you're doing it yourself, just make sure the bottom piece that you put underneath is in the center. That way it raises the whole drum evenly. As you can see right there, I'm doing the one in the back, position it right, and go ahead and remove. Be careful when you remove this hook, because it gets trapped there, and then if you don't be careful, you're gonna end up like banging yourself at one of the sharp edges. So again, wear long sleeves shirts and gloves to do this repair safe. Now I know I'm not wearing any, and a lot of people say, well, why you not wearing any? Hey, I do this every day. So first of all, I try not to cut myself, and if I do, I'm kind of used to it, because when we're doing this type of repairs, you want to be in and out to jump to the next repair. But my thing is give you the right advice. As you see, this one went in the wrong place, and I move it to make it go in the right direction. Over here, I did a good position to take it out, but I just turn it, and as you can see, I always point them to the corner of the washer, because that's where I feel that works best. So just follow the video, guys, and you'll be able to do this repair on your own. Another thing is you can do it pointed in the opposite direction, but it have to be either or. I always like to do the corner of the washer better. After I point all of them in the right directions, we're gonna go ahead and remove whatever we put underneath of the washer to make the top raised up. And now we're gonna go ahead and release the tape that was holding the lid. Keep in mind, this tape is to secure the lid on the top, because if you don't put tape on this door is gonna bounce on you, and trust me, it's not good. You have to put the tape to keep the lid closed. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and put it on the hook, push it towards you. As you see right there, push it towards you, then it goes down, and then it goes to the other hooks on the front. Doing it again. Once you put it down, push it towards you, then it goes down, and then push it back. One more time. Push it towards you, and then it's gonna go to the bottom hook where I just pointed at, and then push back, and it will sit in place. That's one of the hardest things to explain and how to do it, but I really believe if you're handy enough, you're gonna be able to follow the video. Otherwise, go ahead and watch the other videos that I have on the description of this video, and those videos are gonna help you in a different way. Also, if your water hoses doesn't close right, go ahead and plug the washer back in there to make sure everything is fine. What I was saying, I have a different videos, and you'll find different ways to do this repair, because sometimes the water valves doesn't open or doesn't close, and I have another idea. So go and watch the videos that I have linked in the description of this video, and put the drain line in place. Now we're gonna go ahead and recalibrate the washer, because we put new shocks. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and put it in this position, go 1, 2, 3, one back, one forward. Now the lights are gonna start blinking. Now you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and until you get the rinse light on. I know it looks like it's flashing, but yours might not be flashing. That's just the camera making it seem like it's flashing, but it's gonna go to the rinse, and then you go ahead and press start. It's gonna do its thing, and that's it. All right, guys, if this video helped you in any way, you can show us appreciation by giving us a tip using the following options that you see on the screen. If you cannot provide with a tip, is another way to support this channel by just dropping off a comment in the comment section down below. Subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and turn on the bell to receive notifications. Thanks for watching.